What would you do for a Klondike bar? Buck. Cousin Jared attempts to go after Klondike and put some meat in the freezer.
It started November 15th, 2011, and it ends December 21st, 2015. A 5-year quest, a battle, an epic adventure, a journey, a whitetail, half a decade in the making. The story of Klondike.
What's the longest you've ever hunted to try to wrap your tag around one specific animal? How did it end? I'm Matt Drury, and in this edition of DoD TV, we follow cousin Jared Lurk as he tries to wrap his tag around a buck that he calls Klondike. This edition of DoD TV is brought to you by Scent Crusher. Scent off, game on. If you've kept tabs with Jared over the years, then no doubt you've seen him chase after some of the most monarch of Midwest whitetails, like this guy, Hightower. Over a half-decade ago, Jared set his sights on another magnificent world-class animal. After years of Reconyx pictures, finding the sheds, and numerous encounters, Jared schedules what he hopes is his final appointment with a buck he called Klondike. Jared, take it away.
In my mind, there are two things synonymous with Drury Outdoors: infotainment, information via entertainment, and big whitetails. And this story, the story of Klondike, has both of them to the max degree. So the 2011 season comes, and there's actually two pictures in particular, one in mid-November and then one in mid-January. And it's a deer, he's a little busted up. We had a dry summer. After dry summers, you see a lot of antlers that are broken, and I don't really know who he is or what he's about. And Rod Owen finds his shed that year and he tells me, I think this is one of the best deer you've got on the farm. So the summer of 2012 comes and goes, and I'm collecting inventory. I'm running 25 cameras on the farm, on the lease, and literally every deer I thought should show up did, except for that deer that Rod found the antlers to. He was not there during the summer inventory. There's buck after velvet, gorgeous picture, but not the one I was looking for, and I just, kind of didn't think about it anymore. And then all of a sudden, boom, big whitetail shows up, and it literally stopped me in my tracks. Very rarely do whitetails leave me speechless, stop you in your tracks, or you see a huge big surprise like this, but that deer stopped me in my tracks, and he's got to have a name fitting for his size and stature. The best one I could come up with is Klondike. Two reasons. What would you do for a Klondike? And two, if you're a fan of history, the Klondike, the gold rush in the late 1890s, if you went out there and you struck gold, you hit it big. And if you get this deer down on the ground, you have hit the whitetail lottery. He's a giant. I'm checking cameras religiously now, trying to figure out where this deer is, what he's about. He showed up mid-October, a few phenomenal photos of him. There's 3 or 4 daylight pictures on November the 6th, 2012, and then poof. The rest of the season goes by. No more Klondike, no sheds, no signs, no clues, nothing. I thought maybe somebody got him and a neighbor, and I just didn't hear about it. So it's a long off season into the 2013 year. I'll be honest with you, I'd kind of really forgot about Klondike because no pictures after November the 6th, no sightings, no sheds, nothing. All of a sudden in 2013, October 21st, he's back, and he's a monster. 7.5 years old, I think, and man, we're gonna have to spend some time hunting this deer. The evening of October 27th, he walks out at the far end of the field, 200, 150, 100. He hangs up about 70 yards, no shot, and literally that was the story of Klondike in 2013. A few pictures in mid-October, one phenomenal encounter on the evening of the 27th, and then I get a couple more pictures, the last one being Christmas Day, and we find his sheds, and just gargantuan whitetail. The pictures don't do him justice. I think his body is just as big and impressive as his rack. 2014 season opens up. I'm anxiously anticipating, because we found his sheds, summer velvet footage, And again, I'm running 20 plus cameras, looking at thousands upon thousands of pictures, and there's literally no sign of Klondike in velvet. But all hope was not lost because he normally shows up in mid-October. This year, 2014, he actually shows up 2 pictures on the 16th of September, and I was like, okay, we got him, he's in our roundhouse. We go through early October, no sightings, no more pictures. Late October, no sightings, a few pictures, and then on November the 6th, 2014, he's in the same field I saw him in last year. I've got the decoy in front of me. He stays about 250 to 300 yards away, and that was all she wrote for 2014. November the 6th, he fades away. There's another picture in daylight on November 30th on the east end of the field. I'm continuing to see him in. And then I get a picture as I'm checking trail cameras, broad daylight. The camera is literally on the post of the blind I'm in on the 12th. The season starts on the 17th. Hopes are high.
We literally just climbed in, shut the door behind us. Still haven't even put the cap on the muzzleloader. And got 4 deer out in the field in front of us, 4 does. And on this blind, overlooking this biologic field, 4 days ago, we took a picture in daylight of the big boy we're after. This is the next high pressure since that day 4 days ago when he walked. We're hoping he walks tonight. Sun's out, guns out. Let's get it done.
Out walks this giant deer, no antlers. I firmly believe it's Klondike. He has shed his antlers. I'm sitting in the blind thinking, okay, that's the deer I'm here to hunt. I potentially can shoot him and go on a shed hunt, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna save him if we can, if he'll make it, who knows if he will or not, to 2015. I turn my sights on another deer that's on the field. That was the end of 2014. The thing about whitetails, the more I hunt them, the more I try to figure out there's an annual timing and basis to the majority of whitetails. And the best time, at least in southern Iowa where we're at, to find sheds is in and around St. Patrick's Day, that 15th, 16th, 17th. The majority of the sheds seem to be really fresh right in that period.
So here we are, southern Iowa. I've known about this deer since I started filming Jared back in 2010, 2011. He has pretty much been on the radar since then. I think he's 9.5. I have to confirm that with Jared, but he's gonna be ecstatic. I'll give him a phone call here in a little bit. And much like they all are on Drury Outdoors, it's kind of a storybook deer. Good to see he's alive.
My fingers are crossed he makes it to the 2015 season. My wife and my family are beginning to wonder, like, is Jared ever going to put this whitetail in the back of the truck? 2015 comes, I get a couple pictures on the 1st of August, the 2nd of August. He's actually on 2 different cameras, and I really feel like for the first time in this deer's life, he has summered on my farm. And that gives me high hopes because I think what we've learned and what we've taught viewers in the past from Drury Outdoors is that oftentimes they will winter where they summer. And for the first time ever, he is summering, at least for a few pictures, a few times on me, and the hopes are high for this season. I actually forego the rut this year. We had a new baby in September 2015. We're extremely busy, but what I've learned from hunting these big whitetails in southern Iowa is that there are really, in my mind, 2 windows where I call them daylightable, big deer in daylight. And that is right after Thanksgiving, that November 30th, 1st, 2nd period. Then there's another period where I feel like these big deer are daylightable, mid-December through Christmas Day. And I want to spend all the time I can in those 2 windows trying to get on this deer.
The time has been limited. It's only my 2nd sit of the season, if you can believe that, with work, family, and then here I am hunting the late season. And for me, that late season just started yesterday. Looking forward to it.
We're sitting there with a bow, December the 1st, and mega giant walks out. He's 400 yards away. I don't have to raise the binoculars because I know who it is. It's Klondike. He's on a hot doe.
That's him. He's big. Let's go.
The likelihood of him leaving her and coming to our green plot is low, so we're just going to enjoy the encounter. What a giant whitetail.
Kind of need her to come over here. Yeah.
early December period has fizzled. The bows are back in their case. It's time to get out the muzzleloaders. Late muzzleloader season starts December 21st. The weather's a little warmer than normal. I'm rolling the dice and I'm going to a 3-acre biologic sugar beets and winter bulb field and hoping like heck Big Klondike walks out tonight.
All right, here we are, December 21st. Iowa late season, muzzleloader season begins tonight. Sure, it's fun to chase them with stick and string all season long, but I'm telling you, I love the late season. Mark was saying the other day, it's almost like opening day all over again. You start anew here in Iowa when you get the smoke poles out. We've got a decent strategy tonight. Deer radishes in front of us, sugar beets and winter bulbs just off to our west. We got a west-northwest wind right in our face, keeping our fingers crossed, hoping for the best. We've got some good deer on Reconyx, one in particular I nicknamed Klondike. Been after him for basically almost half a decade now. Found him in 2011, hunted him in 2012, 13, 14. Had an encounter with him about 20 days ago with a bow. Hoping to even the odds tonight and take that 50-yard range out to 150, 160 like these smoke poles allow you to do. Fingers crossed, hoping for a good evening. They love those sugar beets and winter bulbs. Boy, that's a big old doe. Some nice little bucks there. 3-year-old. Oh yeah. Never get the feeling you're in the wrong spot. Up in the corner of the weeds, just off the field. It's our boy. Klondike, it's our boy Klondike. He's coming, he's coming. Watch these toes. He's inching closer. Dropped him. Klondike is down. He dropped in his tracks. Oh, baby. That is an old giant. Micah, what did we just do? Boom, boom, boom. We got the old smoke pole out of the case, opening day of muzzleloader tonight, and we just dropped a giant in his tracks. Sugar beets and winter bulbs. The late season effect, it's like a whole new season when they leave the does and get back on food and start doing what whitetails do for 50 weeks out of the year, which is they're slaves to their stomachs. And that big boy just took it, and he is laying right out there in the middle of the field. I love those track jobs, and I cannot believe it. That is awesome. Oh my God. Let's go get Henry before we go get him. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Bam! That's awesome.
Hey, Henry.
What?
What deer are we getting ready to go get?
Klondike.
Who's Klondike?
Biggest
Biggest what?
deal.
Look at this thing, buddy.
What do you think about him?
How did it get you?
I shot him with my muzzle loader.
What's a muzzleloader?
It's a gun that you load down the muzzle.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Is he heavy?
No.
Now what should we do with him, Henry?
Cut him.
Field dress him? Sound good?
Babies, I love meat.
I know, you love deer meat, don't you? You know how to do knuckles? Boom. You can learn a lot about life, whitetails, what have you, by looking in the rearview mirror. These Reconyx photos allowed me to analyze and learn a lot. I learned it as I was going, and then when you look back on it. And what I learned is that this deer literally didn't leave about a 100-acre patch of timber on a 1,200-acre lease. And I'll be honest with you, I'm firmly convinced he was there a lot. He just was smart enough to A, evade me, and B, the cameras for the most part, unless it was on generally a scrape or he was following a doe. Well, my goodness, here we are, the day after I shot this Brutus of an animal. By my estimation, he's 9.5 years old. I found him in 2011, encountered him once in 2012, once in 2013, once in 2014, once in 2015, and then shot him in 2015 with a muzzleloader. And all of my kids can say Klondike off the tip of their tongue because it's the whitetail I talked about for quite a few years. And I am telling you what, I am one tickled hunter. I'll say two major things, two key tactics. One is a lot of guys, when December comes, basically are done with their season. And I really just started mine December the 1st this year. We've got 4 kids under the age of 6 now, so I didn't have a lot of time to hunt early season October or the rut, and I just set the farm up for late season. Encountered him on December the 1st on a doe, shot him on December 21st. Sugar beets and winter bulbs, right before that full moon. Pressure was rising. You've got to love the late season on those biologic food plots. It's just been a pleasure to hunt him and spend the last half a decade chasing him. I thank my cameraman, Micah Ealing, who filmed all the encounters with him. My son Henry, who helped me with all of the trail camera pictures this year. He had a blast doing it. It's just been an honor and a privilege to hunt these big whitetails. And I really hope you enjoy watching it on DOD TV as much as I enjoyed laying it down for the last half a decade.
Wow, what an epic tale. Don't you just love it how Cousin Jared includes his son Henry and all of his family in these special moments in the outdoors? Write us below and let us know how you include your family members in all your special outdoor moments. Remember to subscribe to the Drury Outdoors YouTube page and get all your DOD TV updates, your 100% Wild podcast, and your Killing It in the Kitchen episodes right here, only on YouTube. Until next time, happy hunting. This segment of DOD TV is brought to you by PSE's Carbon Air. Experience performance.